Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's just get straight into it. So if you remember last year, Camplux sent me out their Nano 3 Pro, which is here. And the Camplux Nano 3 Pro is hands down the best off-grid portable shower system on the market just now. That is maybe until now, because Camplux have just sent out their Nano 3. So I didn't actually know this myself, but Camplux do 3 different versions of the Nano 3. They do the Nano 3, which is the cheapest. They do the Nano 3 Pro, which is the mid-tier. And then they've got the Nano 3 Ultra, I think it is. And that's like the top tier one. This is the Nano 3, which is the more entry level into the Nano 3 series. So it's going to be interesting to see what differences are missing or added in the Nano versus the Nano 3 Pro. Interesting. Oh, water pump, the blue hose, and this is just your cold water inlet. So they've also supplied something as well, which isn't on the Nano 3 Pro. Check that. So you might be wondering what this is. It's a gas regulator. The reason why I'm saying the Nano 3 series is the best portable shower system on the market is because you can use these gas bottles from Go Outdoors. So you can basically have a hot shower without needing a big LPG gas bottle. I'm so happy they included this because with the Nano 3 Pro, as you'll see in the other video, I had to buy an adapter and a hose and all that stuff, and I had to convert it basically to something like this to be able to work with these gas canisters. So we will get to setting it up and see how easy this is to install and how easy these are to screw on. So we've got a jump lead cable and we've got a 12 volt. Right, okay. Aye, this is going to be for the pump, and then you've got your wee hook for the shower head to sit on, and then we have the shower head and the hot water hose. And lastly in the box we get the unit and the manual. So you would be forgiven to thinking this just looks exactly like the Nano 3 Pro. So on inspection of the unit, there's only a couple of differences that I'm noticing off the bat, and that is these plastic boarded up parts. So on the Nano 3 you would plug the cold water blue hose in here and the power would go in there. And the other key difference between this and the Nano 3 Pro and the Max, this one doesn't have an onboard battery. You need to use D-cell batteries and they just go in the bottom there. So let's cover the features first and then we'll get it set up and see in action. So let's cover dimensions first. It's 17 centimeters by 40 centimeters by 36.8 centimeters, and it comes in at a nice lightweight 6.21 kilograms. With this unit, the swan song is the fact that it uses EN417 threaded gas canisters between 28 and 30 MBAR. Out the unit, it produces 3 litres per minute instant hot water anywhere with a rapid temperature rise of up to 22 degrees. The Nano 3 works with a battery ignition system powered by 2 D-cell batteries. You can adjust the water temperature using the control knob with real-time LED display feedback. It's also got built-in safety protection, which features a 50 degrees overheat protection and a 45 degree tilt shut-off system. These are your air intakes and this is your exhaust ports, so you don't want to cover these exhaust ports, and these are both on each side. So your air intake and your exhaust port. On the back we've got a gas intake valve, and on the front we've got a cold water inlet and our hot water outlet, as well as our power button, temperature control wheel, and as you can see we've got our LCD display there. We do have these nice rugged handles again to carry it, and on the bottom we've got these nice rugged feet, the battery compartment for the D-cell batteries. Right, let's get to the part you want to see. Let's get it set up and tested. So I'm just getting the hoses ready to attach them, and I've noticed that even the Nano 3 entry level has the quick attachment hoses, which is pretty nice. And the good thing as well is you're never going to confuse the hoses. It's blue to blue, red to red. You can see that just snaps on like that. Red to red, and then once you've got the blue hose connected, you want to connect it to the water pump. So you just take the red caps off like that, and then you just attach the other blue hose to this end. Camplux do supply little Jubilee clips, so you can put the Jubilee clips on the ends here, but as it's a demonstration, we're not going to need these just now. And then once you get the other blue hose on, it should look something like that. And on the red hose, you just want to attach the shower head, and they do give you rubber washers just to prevent any leakage, and then just screw that on like that. And if you look on the shower head, it does say stop, so you just want to make sure that's in the stop position so the water doesn't come out before you're ready to use it. And then let's attach the shower head holder, pop it on like that, and then just screw it back on. So within this locking nut, you can see it is threaded, and that's what basically screws in. So you just pop that in there and then just start tightening it. and then just make sure this valve is all the way closed. And then all you need to do is just add your gas. So I'm going to go with a small one, just to show even the small ones will work well with this. Just screw it on. Again, this gas regulator is so nice to be included in this now. So the Camplux Nano 3 does come with 2 different power options for the water pump. So in this bag we have alligator clips, and all this cable is doing is giving you the ability to plug it in to a leisure battery to basically power the pump, but we're not going to be using that one today because we are going to be using the 12 volt with an on and off switch for the water pump. Let's get this connected up. And again, all this stuff is fairly simple to set up because the connections can only go in the one port kind of thing. So we are set up and almost ready to go. So I'm trying to keep this set up as simple as possible so that anybody can set it up. So to get 12 volt power to the water pump, I'm going to go with the Elite 30. And again, this is just a 288 watt power station, and I think it's only at 23%, so this is just to show you how little power you need to use this system. So let's get it going. This is a long stretch of wire, so it's keeping it well out the way so it doesn't get splashed back. And for my water source, I'm just going to be going straight in through the 15 litre Ridge Monkey. Just feed the hose in. So let me show you the complete setup. So the Camplux Nano 3, you've got your hot water, you've got your cold water. Cold water is going to the pump. Pump power is going to the Bluetti Elite 30, and then the pump going to the water source, which is the 15 litre Ridge Monkey. Now you do want this water to be cold because the Camplux is obviously going to heat it up for you. So make sure the shower's off, turn on the gas all the way, turn on the water pump. And as you heard, the pump's just went out, so what it's done is just collected the water and took it up to a certain point until we're ready to let it flow. Turn on the Camplux and we should be away to the races. And there you go. And you can stop it as well. And as you can hear with the pump, that's stopped as well. So when you start, you'll hear it click back on. And then when you click it off, you can hear it cuts off again. So I'm going to bring the mic down to the heater and you'll hear the heater kick on when we turn the shower head on. And you can hear it firing up. And the cool thing is as well, if you've got a van with a tailgate like mine, you can jerry rig it so that you've got the shower head up higher. So you can have a nice shower outside your van. And then you just need to turn it off from the shower head. And as you can see on the shower head, we do have 3 different symbols for different intensities. That's more like a rainfall one. That's giving you more, and that's giving you a more directional one. So let's put the temperature up. So let's go all the way up to max. Oh, that's so nice. But you could easily use this to wash your dogs, wash your boots after a hike and stuff. Let's do a pressure test and see what it's like when we put it upside down. Check that. That's crazy. That's how powerful it is. Oh, it feels lovely as well. The Camplux Nano 3. And then once you're finished, turn it off there, cut off the gas supply, turn off the water pump, unplug it. Just use a quick release, and then all you want to do is just empty it out. And if you're going to be storing it through the winter, you do want to make sure you get all the water out so it doesn't freeze up and cause any damage. So I've packed the hoses away and stuff after the testing, and I just want to show you on the Bluetti. So we started at 23%, and for that 5-10 minute demonstration, we only used 2%. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the Nano 3. The first pro has to be the gas regulator that they supply with this, so that you can instantly get up and running using these gas cartridges. These are a lot lighter a lot easier to store than the LPG bottles, and you don't need to rent these. The second pro, which is probably tied with the first pro, is instant hot water. Third pro, it's still got a fast setup. You could easily shave off a few steps at setting up with the water pump and stuff, just keeping it all in the one. And then all you need to do is just attach the cold water and then drop the other blue one into your water source. So again, quick setup. Another pro is it's got the perfect water pressure. I'm not kidding when I say that this is better than the shower in my house. Another pro is the build quality. This thing is robust. This is designed to be moved about, going outside and stuff. And again, another pro is the fact it's lightweight. You can carry it anywhere, and you've got these nice sturdy handles so you can easily carry it. I think the last pro for me is a big one. It's an important one because with the Camplux, as you saw, when you shut off the water at the shower head, the whole thing just stops. So for me, the last pro is the complete shower head control. What about the cons? Are there any cons with it? I think for me the cons come down to the cold water inlet hose, and I think this might just be coming from someone that's got the Nano 3 Pro, and that is the cold water hose feels unfinished. And I'm talking about the end of the hose, because on the Nano 3 Pro you've got the filter on it. The blue hose is just looks like it's been snipped and that's it. But having said that, if this is your first unit, you're not going to know any different. But that con also leads me on to my second con. So the two things that I loved about the Nano Pro 3, and again, if you want to see that review, I'll leave the card up here, go and see it after this video. Two of the things I loved about that Nano 3 Pro was the fact it does take these canisters, but also because that cold inlet hose had the water filter at the end of it, which basically stopped any debris going into the hose, into the machine. With that water filter, it meant that you could basically chuck the hose into a lake, into a lock, and you would have unlimited amount of water. You would only be limited by how much gas you have and how much power you have. But for me, it's like, right, we can't use this in a lock or in a lake. We need to use water-filled jugs, etc. I dare say you could buy a water filter. I dare say you could maybe jerry-rig one and make your own, or maybe Camplux sell one on their website. But I would be a wee bit hesitant about jerry-rigging something up just in case anything does get into the system, because again, it'll just break it. I was sitting thinking, does it bother me about the D-cell batteries? And to be honest, it doesn't. The D-cell batteries are strictly just to ignite the heater for when the water's coming in. So if you want the batteries to last, just take them out when you finish your shower and they won't drain. So who is the Camplux Nano 3 for? I'd say it's for camper vans, motorhomes, micro campers, people that want to stay on campsites but don't necessarily want to use the facilities. It's light and portable. You can take it to beach days. You could easily take this tent camping. Obviously not in your back if your car's close by kind of thing. I would say this is also an amazing product for dog groomers, especially mobile animal groomers for like horses, dogs, what have you. You could easily use this for any off-grid tiny home as the complete shower for it. But not just off-grid tiny homes, you could also use this as a backup for just in case your boiler goes in your own home. Thanks again to Camplux for sending out the Nano 3. If you guys want to go and pick this up for yourself, I'll leave a link in the description and in the comments. And if you use this code here, you'll get a nice wee 10% off your order. So guys, that's going to cover it for the episode. If you did go and enjoy the episode, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of the Camplux Nano 3. Do you see any difference between the Nano 3 and the Pro? If you're looking for instant hot water, it's right there. So like always guys, if you did go and enjoy the episode, why not get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a new video. So until the next one, peace.